Coach Capish here. Talk to you about something today. It is preparation day after all, and it's always a good thing to talk about certain things for preparation day. And I guess topic day is the fact that I only got the foil, got the foil up here, CRT antennae, and I'm wearing the M hat. You know the M, the 13th thing, and it's the one and the three is a four. It's a foundation of. Oh, that is pinching me. I'm afraid the mold gonna fall off, and y'all see blood sweating everywhere if the mold fell off. It's the mem that is part of him. It flows, and it knows where it goes. It's the ruach of the spring arc. Well, I don't know, I just made that up. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. No, it is this here. But this here is what keeps things real. Anyway, it's the concept. And I thought about it and thought about it, and I practiced it and learned about it a long time, and I just thought I'd come and say something. It's called, excuse me, my throat. It's called, in my hands. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say nothing bad to you. It's the daggum circumstance I got in my issues with my tissues, so don't be mad at me. I'm trying to bring you a message. Anyway. A message of a message. It was. Come out of her. His people. Oh, Coach Capish started trying to come out when I was a youngin'. You know, I was a very, very young person when I learned about these circumstances and the differences of the realities of the worlds and the possibility of multi-realities and things going on and people lying and people dying and all that kind of stuff. And what I finally understood is you must separate yourself. You must walk over here and leave them over there. Let them alone. Let them be taken. The first one's taken. The first one's taken is the task. Anyway, Coach Catfish won't get all up in that, but should understand. Should understand. Come out of her. His people means many things to many people. Now, you know, I did not grow up in a Yehudim, the Yehuda. The Jewish concept of things, but I did grow up in a biblical, the best of things, where people question stuff, and Coach Catfish questioned stuff earlier, because what happened in my life, it made me question things. If I hadn't questioned stuff, I don't think I'd be here. I'd have just did that, just like the global woman. I'd have just poof, I'd be gone here. I wouldn't be here talking to you, but praise the Yah, I'm here talking to you, cause they're coming out of here, his people. Now, when I did it, when I started doing this, you know, I was a youngin', and I really never was all up in here because I didn't have the mamas and the daddies like most people. Yeah, I told you my story and the way things was, and the kids at church making fun of me, and the teachers at school giving me clothes. I was low on the totem pole. But something kept on. You okay, Coach Catfish? Maybe okay, Coach Catfish. I don't know what it was, but it just pulled me up out of the flames in the pit of hell. LLL, you know, the Elohim. So, where it went from there to come out of her, his people. When I first heard the message, it wasn't but a matter of weeks that I was out trying to build me a thing out in the woods because I was coming out of her. I thought coming out of her was just not being in town. Just not being in town, being somewhere else around, out in the sticks somewhere, where I didn't have the various and sundry things putting the pressure on the Coach Catfish. But since I was young and I didn't understand that the world was a very big place. The world is very large. It's very complex. You know, when I talk to people, and I say to them, do you know the United States of America is only about 5%, a little over 5% of the population of the earth? They look at me like I'm insane because they just cannot imagine that their shit is not center of the universe. Well, Coach Catfish don't see that way. Coach Catfish sees the way of the humble. That way you put your head down and you just be glad you got a roof. You're not all aloof. So to come out of her, my people, his people, because it's not my people. Oh, that's what the Moshe say. They're not mine, they're yours. You know the whole thing. So it's come out of his people. I just used the verse, come out of him, my people, because I believe that very much. So Ghost Catfish started out with changing many, many things. Changing my food, changing this, changing that, changing where I want to be, changing my idea about reality, and all that kind of stuff. Changing, changing, changing. And by the time I did a little bit of changing, no one recognized me. That thick cat family sure as hell did. They, whoo, you wouldn't believe what happened over all this kind of stuff. But that's what started. And that was part of the start of the walk. And the walk is what's important. It's not all that up important as what you're seeing right now or what you may see later. It's how you deal with what's in between point A and the point B. Is that left of me? I'm not sure. I'm trying to talk out of the right side of my brain and the left side of my mouth. You know how it goes. And I'm not sure about this new feather antenna here. I think this come from another country. I'm not sure about all that, but that's okay. 5:56, 57. It is the time to talk about these things. So now we got the modern day. The modern day. You got to realize, because Catfish saw a whole movement collapse. There was, set on the things that President are. And it's all collapse. And I did some black sliding, and y'all pull me up again. Pull me up again. But then, next thing I was introduced, is a whole new, like, wave. These things come in cycles. I'm not sure what that is, and I hope it will not eat me. But that's okay if it does. I'm a tired old man. No, I got things to do. I'm just being whatever. The seriousness, the seriousness of all this thing is, now we got a whole new group of people. Look into the yard. Quitting their jobs and moving out and doing things, because back when Ghost Catfish was involved, that's just part of what you did. You may not work all that long, because once you keep the feast and stuff, you're not wanted no more. You, that man, go away. You are people them y'all. Anyway, now, we got the new people. Praise y'all for the new people. They're coming out of him, them, hers, and it's in my people. But the new thing is, well, we all got the beard. We all got the zitzit. I got the zitzit on. Oh, that hurt. And right here. Oh, where does zitzit? And then we move off out in the woods somewhere and build a compound. We're alone, and we just got what we got. Well, I think it was said that we were supposed to be a light. Which means that sometime you may be the only believer anywhere around where you at all. Seriously, when you're in the bayou, well, actually, we had quite a few people in the bayou that went to the faith, which is a good thing. But where can you run to when you're the only one around? Well, you can't run nowhere. You just have to stay put where you are and do your job. You say, the light. Got to expose the light. You're supposed to be a light to the nation. Well, hell, I guess a couple of million people could be a light to a nation of numerous 100 millions or billions. But, sometime when you just live in a community of a few hundred people, 1,000 people, whatever, then maybe you just got to function as being part of the light, the true light, to do what's right. So to come out of him, his people, is a whole lot more than just getting in your thing and not eating the pig. Coach Catfish know about the pig. Because in the bayou, we got the cochon de lait. It's a P.I.G. hog. I love that stuff, but I had to let it go. Oh, yes. Anyway, what's important is what's important. So, we got this here. Well, the people get off to themselves, and they got that little thing going, and that's good. It's very good, but I have seen where it goes very, very bad. Right quick, because folks get something up in their head, and they think it's a movie. And this is not a movie. This is something we're supposed to do amongst a community of people. Because we don't want to be people snacks. We want them to be snacking people. Hallelujah. They won't want them to eat. If they eat, then they probably breathe, and if they breathe, they got the yah. Hallelujah. Anyway, what I was trying to say is when you got to come out of here, these people, it's not just moving off, getting your bed and doing that, and then eating this and not eating that and that kind of stuff, and blowing your shofar, and having to holler, oh, the holler bread, and understand the Hebrew and the names, and that Coach Catfish done it in spades and maids. It's an old maid of a spade. It's like a game you play. No. That's what Coach Catfish trying to say. It's not a game. It's a way of life. It's a way of living. It's a way of thinking. And that's what I understand. over the years and years, I understand it's not just that other stuff can go away. It can go away. And you still gotta live with what's in between your ozone and your nosing. And if you live in some places, you be hosing. No, Coach Catfish just doing this just to upset you, because you people need to be a little upset. You really do. Cause we got some serious snuff coming here. Some serious snuff. And sometimes you have to open your heart. And you have to be discerning. And you have to open your heart a little bit more. And you have to be a little more discerning. And sometimes it's just going to be very confusing. And everything is very confusing. And living out in your thing and getting rated and stuff, it may be the future. I don't like the idea at all. But, I'm not getting paid today. The Yah pays me because Shabbat's tomorrow. And that is my favorite day with my king. That's where I don't want no bling. Anyway, to come out of his people has more to do with the beards and the zitzit and the this and the that and being mean to people. In fact, if you're being mean to people, you have just negated probably most of all the rest of the stuff that you think you're doing right. I done seen this, and it's repugnant to my old snout. Makes me want to shout. But Coach Catfish cannot shout except the words that y'all say. Come out of his people. Come to the blessings. Stay away from the curses. The curses is easy. The blessings sometimes hard. But once you get used to the blessings, they're easier than the curses by far. Because you don't have the curses, you ain't got to worry about all that stuff. And it's just, it's like the entropy and the enthalpy of the universe. The way it changes. Since we are an open universe, because the Yah is impinging on it. Anyway, Coach Catfish just want to say, it's a way of life. Even like that man say, it's a way of life. Well, who was he? Who was he? He's a Jewish boy that sang some weird stuff, but I have co-opted his thing. It's a way of life. To follow the Yah is not to follow strife. The strife's all around. Why you want to be up in the strife? Coach Catfish hears about them that want to run for this and run for that. I can't understand. To sit at the table of demons and sit at the table of Yah is inconsistent. It's incongruent. In fact, there's a word for that. It cannot fit together in the mind. So don't do it. Come to the Yah. Realize a lot of people need love. A lot of people need hope. That's what you're there for. You're just supposed to walk in the love and the hope. So do it. Do it. Anyway, Coach Catfish looking for the day. Praise to Yah. I gotta get busy. I still got things to do for the Shabbat. Anyway, be praying for you people. I love you people. I'm concerned. Praise Yah. I have nothing to do with it other than concern. Hallelujah. I'm gone. I got things to do. I love you. Bye. I still growl. I should have growled the other side of my mouth.